Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Dragon Knight. Now this is a dot pressure DK. It has great damage, great recovery, and overall it's well balanced. With that being said, let's get right into the build. First, let's look at our stats. For our health, we have 25 points and 39 points into stamina. Max health is at 28k, max stam is at 20k, and max magicka is at 13k. Mag recovery is at 1000 and stamina recovery at 1300. Weapon and spell damage is at 3541. Alright, so let's get into combat and see how that changes. Alright, so our recovery is at 1440 and stamina recovery at 2240. And on the front bar, weapon damage is at 4824. Spell damage is at 4000. Spell penetration is at 6000, but that goes up once we hit our corrosive. So our resistance is at 23,861 spell and 23,135 physical. Crit resistance is at 1,816. For the food, we are using Jewels of Misrule. It gives us stamina and magical recovery and increases our health by 3,465. For the Mundus, we are using the Shadow. It increases your critical damage and healing by 11%. Now let's get into the skills. On the back bar, we are using Race Against Time. This is your snare removal and also gives you minor force. Coag, which is your burst heal. Based on your missing health, it increases additional 50%. Resolving Vigor, which is your heal over time and also gives you minor resolve. Volatile Armor, this is your armor buff. It increases, giving you major resolve and also helps pull Night Blades out of stealth. The next skill is Fossilize, which is your stun. It CCs your enemy for 3 seconds, and if they don't know how to roll dodge, they will be stuck in it for another 3 seconds. And your ultimate on the back bar is Corrosive Armor. So basically it ignores enemy spell and physical resistance, but you cannot generate ultimate while you're in corrosive. On the front bar, we have Rending Slashes. This is a dot, as well as a medium type spammable. Next is Venomous Claw, which is again a dot, which deals poison damage and also does poison damage over time the longer it is applied on an enemy. So you do not want to spam this, so leave it for the rest of the duration, because the longer it's applied, the more damage it does. Next is Noxious Breath. So this is your breach. This gives you major breach, reducing the physical and spell resistance of your enemy. Next skill is Molten Whip. So Molten Whip, you use it only once you have 3 stacks of Seething Fury. So let me just show you how it works. When you're in combat, when you use 3 Ardent Flame abilities, that is your Molten Whip, Venomous Claw, and your Flames of Oblivion, you get 3 stacks, and once those 3 stacks are up, you will get the whip. Alright, So now if you use it, you will not get the power whip, or you will not get the molten whip with 3 stacks. So only once when you're in combat with 3 stacks of ardent flame abilities, you will do the big whip. Our next skill is Flames of Oblivion. It's your spammable, and it's also, while slotted, it gives you your major prophecy and savagery. Ultimate on the front bar is Take Flight. So this is your leap, and it's a cheap ultimate with great range. So when you see an enemy on low health, you would want to use Take Flight and then use your 3 stack whip. And in the vampire skill line, you would want Undeath. It reduces your damage taken by up to 30% based on your missing health. For the race, we are an Orc. Why Orc? It increases your max stamina, increases your max health. While you deal damage, you heal for 2000 health every 4 seconds. So this is a passive heal. And then increase your weapon and spell damage, reduce the cost of sprint. So it helps you with your stamina in case you want to get away. And for the slaughterables, we're using Essence of Weapon Power. Grants you Major Brutality, which increases your weapon damage by 20%. Now let's get into the sets. On the back bar, we are using 5-piece Wretched Vitality. So it gives you a line of magic recovery, a line of stam recovery, a line of weapon and spell damage, and while in combat, applying a major buff or debuff to a target grants you 260 magic and stamina recovery for 15 seconds. While in combat, applying a minor buff or debuff to a target grants you 130 magicka and stamina recovery. And for the monster set, we are running Bloodspawn. When you take damage, you have a 6% chance to generate ultimate, and also gives you physical and spell resistance for 5 seconds. On the main hand, we are running Master's Dual Wield. We are running the maces. On the main hand, you want to run Nirnhorned, but I don't have Nirnhorned, so I'm running with Sharpened for the penetration. And on the offhand, I'm running a Charged Disease Damage for the extra dot. And what the Master's Maces does is the twin slashes, that the rending slashes we use, deals additional damage. And on the main hand, we are running Way of the Fire. What Way of the Fire does, it gives you a line of weapon and spell damage, a line of max stamina, a line of critical, and the 5-piece does is when you deal damage with a weapon, that's our rending slashes. So whenever your rending slashes is hitting your enemy, so every 2 seconds you will also be dealing Way of the Fire damage. So I'm running 1 light, 2 heavy, 4 medium. You would want 1 in your chest should be in reinforced, everything else impen. And for the jewelry, I'm running Bloodthirsty, Way of the Fire, Ring of Fire Bloodthirsty, and 1 infused Ring of Fire. We are not running any Mythic since we are running the dual maces. Now let's get into the champion points. In the blue tree, we have Ironclad, Thermocharge, Master at Arms, Focus Mending. And in the red tree, we have Celerity, Survival Instincts, Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering. And in the green tree, we have Steed's Blessings, Gifted Rider, Liquid Efficiency, and Rational. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope it helps. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.